show you how we're going to make our Thai Massaman Curry. We are going to start by making our rice-berry rice. So we're going to cook a 1/4 cup of rice according to the package instructions. So I've already got my water on the stove, so I'm just going to add this rice in and then it'll boil and then simmer for 20 minutes. Rice-berry rice is full of a lot of nutrients, more nutrients than the bleached white rice. It has lots of calcium, iron, potassium, and even protein for that. So that's a great rice to be using. It's flavorful, it's very aromatic, and it's very bright and colorful. Alright, so we're going to get started on prepping our tofu for our curry. So we're going to take a 1/4 of a block of tofu, and we're just going to slice it into small chunks, and then we're going to lightly fry it on the stove. So you want them in nice cubes. When that's good, we'll go ahead and heat up our coconut oil on the stove. I'm also going to start prepping our potatoes. So we're going to use sweet potato and russet potato. So I'm just going to use half of each for this recipe, making 1 serving of curry. I'm also going to chop our onion. We're only using half an onion. Alright, now our coconut oil is melted, so we'll go ahead and move our tofu to the pan. Reducing the amount of fats is very important when cooking, so we have chosen to pan fry instead of deep fry our tofu. And so we are carefully watching it and trying to get all sides golden. So that's just kind of flipping it and turning it as you go to get a light crisp on there. And we'll want to stop this as soon as possible so that we can reduce the amount of oil that's absorbed in the tofu. And then we'll transfer it to a paper towel on a plate and kind of soak up the rest of the oil out of there so we are getting as minimal amount of oil as we can. Alright, our tofu is ready. So we will set that aside and let the oils continue to be absorbed back into the paper towel, and we can start on our curry. So we're going to add in a tablespoon of our Massaman paste, as well as 100 milliliters of our coconut milk. Okay, and we are going to simmer that on the stove for about 5 minutes. Now that our Massaman paste and coconut milk are well incorporated, we're going to add in our potatoes and our onions. And we are going to let that simmer for about 20 minutes covered. While we wait for our Massaman to simmer, we can roast our own peanuts. So we can start with a tablespoon or 1 ounce of peanuts, and then we can throw in 2 teaspoons of sugar mixed with 3 tablespoons of water, and then we will just simmer that on the stove for about 3 minutes. Alright, our potatoes are cooked, so we're going to add in our tofu and give it a good stir to mix it around and get coated in sauce. Alright, we can throw it on a plate and get everything set up. Alright, this is our Massaman. It turned out wonderfully, and you can garnish it with our roasted peanuts. It's always nice to have your own homemade roasted peanuts. You can control the amount of sugar or sodium that you put into it, so it's great to make it yourself. And we have it with our cooked rice-berry rice right there. And these two pair wonderfully together, and it's just some great contrasting colors, and it is full of many nutrients. And it's just a great recipe that is very filling, and it doesn't take much.